everyone, Derek Johnson with Tatango.com. I'm here at the GSMA Mobile World Congress 2019 at the GSMA Innovation City. And I have my friend from Cbot.ai, check him out on the web, and he's going to be walking us through one of their RCS bots for one of their banking clients. But first off, what is Cbot.ai?
Cbot stands for conversational bots.
Okay.
This is what we do. We have an AI-based system, and we have developed our NLP engine. And on top of that, we have developed this bot that's specialized in banking. It has all the intents already trained for banking and all the functionalities that are required in a banking application. So, and we have integrated with RCS, with one of our clients, İşbank here. This is what we're demoing now.
And you told me something before we started filming here that was pretty remarkable. Tell me about the scope of how many banks you work with. And you're from Turkey, right?
Yeah, we're operational in Turkey and in US. And in Turkey, we have 41% of the private bank market. So yeah, we're growing fast for now.
So the 41% of the banks in Turkey use your technology, the chatbots, for their chatbots.
Yeah, definitely. Either they take the NLP engine and develop their chatbots, or we develop it end-to-end for them.
Very cool. So walk us through this demo on your phone. And how do you pronounce it? Is it Ish or IS Bank?
It's İşbank.
İşbank. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay, so walk us through İşbank demo with RCS.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, let's be kind and say hi first.
So this is a true chatbot. You're starting off with kind of a conversation.
Yeah, whatever we send here now goes to the Google RCS, and then it sends the message to our bot, and our bot gets the information from İşbank and responds. This is how it works. Okay, let's say I will buy a car.
And it looks like right now you're using natural language processing instead of kind of giving them a few buttons to select from.
No, actually, this is just clear text. They can write anything,
okay.
And this is then NLP comes into play, and we get the intent, the actual intent of that sentence, and then turn it into an action.
Cool.
So
So you could enter any kind of text essentially in there, and you'll figure out what they're trying to do.
Yeah, as long as it's related to banking. Yeah. If it's not, we usually say I'm still learning. Okay, let's say user wants to buy a car, and they'll just write their intent there. And the bank, then we understand it and ask for the available credit and loan options, because there is an intent to buy something, so they will probably need cash for that.
Now, you've been around for 4 years at your company. What are the current bots? What are they running on? Websites or SMS? How are they currently running?
That's a good question. I mean, the initial ones used to run on websites, and then the mobile integration came very fast. But right now, instead of building new applications, the enterprises are trying to integrate with the existing channels, which are like WhatsApp, Google RCS, or Apple Business Chat, etc.
Do you have any clients that use your technology for SMS right now?
No, not for SMS right now, because as we will see, there is some rich text in the response. So if you want to provide that rich media, images, videos, etc., then SMS, unfortunately, not a good option. But there are some use cases that could be suitable for SMS.
So you're seeing your clients, which is interesting, because a lot of the demos we're looking at have gone from SMS to RCS. You're seeing them essentially skip SMS and go right to RCS, or be interested in RCS before they even do SMS.
Yeah, that's right, because they were already developing clients to show that rich content to their users, and SMS was not an option because they wouldn't be able to do most of the issues there. They wouldn't be able to trigger actions on the response.
Yes.
That's why RCS was a good complementary option, but SMS was not because of its limited functionalities.
And talk about safety of the kind of messaging channel, because SMS has a lot of phishing attacks and safety issues. Google has done some really cool stuff with like verification. Can you walk us through why that's important for your clients?
Yeah, because I mean, right now, a user has to allow a company to send messages to them. So that was not there for SMS when it was designed. This was not an option issue actually. Right now, Google has put a good onboarding process there. So users will receive messages from enterprises only if they consent to do that. So that's good for the users, and they can opt out anytime that they want. So that's another issue. And of course, there are some technical implementations to ensure the security in the background.
And I see up there they have the little like shield up there. That's to actually say that this is IS Bank. This is not somebody pretending to be IS Bank. What happens if you click that? Do you have a demo for that?
No, as far as I know. This is verified by Google, yeah.
So that just means that it's safe, it is IS Bank, you're dealing with who you are, and for your clients, that must be huge if they're all banks.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, Google makes a verification. They have a process for that, and only companies who are only verified, they can use the RCS and start sending and receiving messages from their clients.
And we're looking right now at kind of the richness of this message. You have the image, you have the buttons, you have bold text, kind of, you can't do this with SMS. So walk us through kind of what's going on right now.
This wouldn't be possible in SMS also. ATMs in, let's say, Maslak, it's a district in Istanbul.
So it's really conversational.
Yeah, it's conversational. So you see, you get them on a carousel component, so this wouldn't be possible in SMS. And what's more, you can just click on the links and then start getting directions to there. Or you can go back and start asking new questions.
And it looks like above there you're using the mobile web. You have links out to the mobile web, then you have links to the maps. So you're really using RCS to kind of give them the information, then push them to maybe a better application like a map application or mobile web if that's applicable.
Yeah, that's definitely. And what's more, you can even put payment links here and users can make micropayments through Google Pay. You can even do that, yeah.
Do you have that as a demo? No, it's coming.
Because in this one, we're in the unauthenticated area, so we're just providing information to the users. If we go to the authenticated section, then there will be cases for that.
Now, you built a lot of these chatbots for these banking brands. What has been the reaction of the banks to this new technology?
Actually, banking vertical in Turkey is, they're really high-tech companies. Okay. Yeah, they're very innovative. They're open to new technologies. And the moment we started talking with them, we saw that there's a great interest. And almost all of them are right now working on chatbot projects. They're either working with companies like us, or they've started building their own. So, and this is how we see it. Almost all of them are working on a chatbot project, or they have done it already. So
chatbots have become really, really popular, especially in the banking sector.
Especially in the banking sector, because there are two major propositions of a chatbot. The first one is very obvious. There are already live agents who need to respond to these queries, and this is a very costly operation. But on the other side, you can think chatbot like, okay, you have an employee who is really experienced in banking, who is working 7/24, and who can always respond consistently to all your clients. So this really increases the experience of the users. So this is what the banks see.
So from what I'm hearing, it will save the banks money because they don't have to hire so many people, or those other people can do other cool things at the company.
Bot training, they can do bot training right now to make it better.
And then I've heard this before, is that retailers, they're open between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m., but people love chatting 24/7, so it's a better experience also for the brand.
Definitely. That's one of the major propositions. This is, you will be able to respond to your users' questions whenever so they're not bound with your working times. They can ask you anytime and they will get satisfactory answers.
And just to be clear, because I know maybe we have some people watching, the demo that you were running, they're not interacting with a real person on the other end. This is all done by a computer. Even the processing, the answering, everything is done by a computer.
Everything is done by a computer. And what the computer actually does is it understands the intent within that sentence, gets back to the backend systems, it knows where that information resides, collects the information and responds. There's no human involved in the operation right now. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. That was a great RCS demo from Cbot.ai. Check them out on the web. Again, my name is Derek Johnson with Tatango.com. We are at Mobile World Congress 2019 at the GSMA Innovation City.